My name's Colin Spratt and I run Ancient Trees of Vancouver, and I'm what's known as an ancient tree hunter. And essentially what that means is I spend all my free time frolicking through these old growth forests, risking my life, looking for Canada's biggest trees. There's everything from wildlife habitat loss reasons. There's species that solely rely on these trees to exist. There's climate mitigation reasons. These are extraordinarily effective carbon sinks, and cutting down these essentially stores of carbon releases a ton of it back into the atmosphere. So if we're serious about mitigating climate change, there's no reason for us to be cutting down these forests. So it's an endless list of reasons not to cut them down, let alone just the sheer beauty and majesty that these trees provide. These trees used to be everywhere. If you live in Vancouver, easily where you're standing could have been one of these trees. And now we just have sheer percentages left. So when you walk up to these ancient trees, it's such a profound feeling that you feel like you're seeing God. And it's a very common thing that tree hunters will say, but you really feel like you're seeing the face of God or something like this. Cedars are very culturally important to First Nations around British Columbia, and they do use them for many different things, from medicines to canoes, etc. So I do think we need to, be sensitive to the fact that we have to put aside a few significant monumental cedars for those uses. That's not going to make giant cedars go extinct, though. What's going to make those go extinct is industrial logging. It's all fine and well to say stop old growth logging. Stop it, it's horrible. Great, but First Nations are now in a position where that is their livelihood, is old growth logging. And even outside of the First Nations issues, think of how someone who's lived generations on Vancouver Island, their grandpa was a forester, their dad was a forester, and now they're a forester, and the mill's closing. And so it's just that we need to give these people economic incentives as well. You can't just go stop it. But there's a lot of good things happening. You can't log. For instance, a lot of people don't know this. People go, oh my God, they're gonna cut down this tree now that you found it. Well, you can't cut down a cedar that size anymore. Fairly new rule, fantastic rule. You can't cut down a Douglas fir that's over 2.1 meters wide. So if you're visiting Vancouver, or if you're from Vancouver, the best place to visit ancient trees, without a doubt, is Stanley Park. It's what I consider a sacrificial forest. So it's already been visited so many times in 100 years that you're doing no more damage walking these trails. And on the sides of these trails grow amazing giants. We're talking trees 800 plus years old. A trail I really recommend is Tatlow Walk, and you will bump into, in the middle of that trail, 3 exceptional cedars, just 50 plus meters tall, over 3 meters wide, some of the biggest cedars in Canada.